Hi guys, and welcome to C# tutorial of a tax calculator. Alright, so let me show you how this works. I'm going to click on reset. Just enter the quantity of the product you need. All you then need to do is to click on that, and that will tell you the subtotal. That's the tax, and that's the total. So when you add this and this together, you end up with this very total. You can also reset. You don't want to exit, just click on yes, you do want to exit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into C# development environment, Visual Studio 2022. I'm going to click on create new project, and make sure you select Windows Forms application. To get hold of your Windows Forms application, just type window up here. And you then need to just come right down here, make sure C# is selected. Okay, come right down here, and that is Windows Forms application. Select that particular template and click on next. Give your project a name. I'm going to call it CS underscore tax underscore calculate. Click on create. Your development environment is ready. Next, all you then need to do is to add some components. So let's come up here, select tools, and select label. Okay, just double click on that. Now let's select a text box. Come right down. That's a text box. Then just double click on it. Now you also need a button. Double click on that button as well. The three components that you double click on will appear on your phone. We have the text box here. We have the label here. I'm going to click on that very label. Select this very label, and let's come right down here to enhance the label. So I'm going to change the size of this very label to something a little bit much more readable, or we can just select all of the components and make them all readable at the same time. Select it all, come to fonts, and here click on bold. I'm going to make the font about 26. There we go. Now the text box, just drag it that much. Next, see this very label? I'm going to hold on to it. Make sure the label is selected. Hold on to your control, click and drag. We have to. That would be for the tax, or the subtotal, the tax, and the total. Okay, so let's extend this a little bit more. Okay, now we have all our components in place. I will also need one for my title, so just send the title over there, or place the title up there, and all of this down a little bit. Now I also need the output. Here is the output. So what I'm going to do with this label, because it's just going to be for to view the values alone, so I'm going to scroll up here on my properties. Scroll up there. See where we have auto size. Make sure your label is selected. Auto size. You want to change that to false. Instead of true, change it to false. And the back color, you want to change that to white. Then the border style, change that right away to fixed 3D. If you notice, they are all underneath each other. Auto size, back color, and border style. And what you end up with is something looking like a text box as well. So hold on to your control, click and drag. We have 2, 3. So this is going to be for the subtotal, tax, and total. Now let's take care of the buttons. This very button, I'm going to change the details of this very button. Let's change that to total. And we can just copy the button anyway. Just hold on to the control, click and drag as well. So the next one here, that's going to be for exit. And here, that will be for reset. There we go. Each of the components must have their own respective names. Let's move this up a little bit. So for the buttons, the exit is going to be BTN exit. BTN exit. Reset is going to be BTN reset. BTN stands for button. and total is going to be BTN total. There we go. Now, next, let's give this label a name. I'm going to change the font. Let's change the font of that label to maybe 28 to make it look pronounced a little bit. And the font, change the font in there or the text on it to tax calculator. There we go. And this label, I'm going to change that label to enter quantity. Brilliant, that's good. And the text. And this text box, I'm going to change the name to TXT quantity. There we go. This label is going to be known as subtotal. And the label in front of it, we'll change that to LBL subtotal. Remember, no space. Get rid of the text content we have in there. There we go. There. Okay. This next one is going to be known as LBL tax. And here we just change the text on it to tax. Below it, that's going to be total. And right in front of it, the text content is going to be known as, the official name is going to be LBL total. There we go. Get rid of the text content here. There, that is it. Now the interface is ready for us to add some lines of code. So what will happen is you enter the quantity in here. Once you click on the total, that should add it all up. But first of all, let's take care of the exit. Double click on the exit. So let's just say dialog result. And I'm going to call that I exit. So I exit, I'm going to say I exit the equals message box dot show. And what I want you to show is going to be as follows. It's going to take in 4 arguments. So let's say the first one is confirm if you want to exit. That's argument 1. Next, the next argument is going to be, let's say, title. Give that a title. We just call it text. Tax calculate. That's argument number 2. Argument number 3, let's press that. That's going to be message box button dot yes or no. Then final argument is message box dot question. So the AI already recognizes that. So I'm going to come down here and use an if statement. If I exit equals dialog result yes, then I just want the system to close up. So we say application dot exit. So right in here, enter application dot exit. And that takes care of our exit. So you can try that out. Click on run and try the exit out. No, I don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. If you notice the title, confirm if you want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. Next, I'm going to take care of the reset. Double click on reset. So we say txt quantity dot text that is equals clear. Then we need to do the same thing for the 3 labels. Come right down here. LBL subtotal dot text, paste that in there. LBL tax, there, clear. LBL total, there. And that's it. That takes care of my resets. Okay, guys, and let's declare some variables that we'll be using to take care of the tax actually. So let's come right here. See where we have public partial class from 1. Right underneath there, first of all, I'm going to create a constant, and this constant is going to be double. And let's just give it a name. I'm going to call it MC tax _rate. So that would be for the tax rate. And I will make that value about 7 points. Next, I'm going to create another one. That would be the price of the item. So let's just copy and paste that and change this around. I'll call it item underscore price. And let's make the price of that item, let's say 3.5. There we go. Next, let's create two variables for the subtotal. I'm going to call it MC subtotal. And another one, we can call that MC total. Okay, there we go. So those are the variables I intend to use. And next, I'm going to create a function here. I'm just going to call that function, let's call it cFindTax. So let's grab hold of all of these here and just change things around. And this function is going to be known as cFindTax. And I'm going to enter an argument. This argument is going to be double. Let's say double. And let's just call it C amount. There we go. Let's close that off. Now, inside this very function, I'm going to ask you to return amounts, C amounts. Return C amounts. So we then say minus C amount, then multiply that by these MC tax rate. There we go. Right. Okay, let's take care of that. This was meant to be double. So I copied it. That's why. Okay, you can see that's taken care of. Okay, now the next thing now is I'm going to then create. So let's click on the design here and double click on total. Right here, I'm going to declare the following. So we declare the following, say double, and that's going to be C price, and that is going to be item underscore price. There. Next, I'm going to create another one for the double. As you can see, this variable is underlined because it's not being used. So called as C tax. C tax has not been used as well. Then another one is going to be for the subtotal. Paste. That would be for subtotal. And finally, I'm going to create another one for total. There we go. Next, let's use an if statement now. If double.parse try to parse following value that I have inside the text box. So let me accept that. And that's going to be a text box, comma. Then we'll say here double, say out double, and that's going to be the quantity. Close that up. And enter statement block. Within the statement block, first I want you to take care of is going to be the subtotal. So subtotal, and that is going to be equals C price multiplied by quantity. Accept that. Next is going to be for the tax. So to work out the tax, we say C tax equals find cFindTax as the function, and that the value that will go in there is going to be the C, is going to be the subtotal. It's a subtotal. There we go. Next, I'm now going to assign the value. Yeah, say LBL tax dot text equals C tax dot convert to string. What are we converting? We'll make that C. Let's enter C in here. Next, subtotal. LBL subtotal. LBL subtotal. The text, and that is going to be equals subtotal dot convert to string. Accept that. Okay, that's taken care of. We now need to take care of total. In the case of total, let's just say LBL total, and that is going to take in the following. LBL total, I want you to actually take care of, I needed to calculate the total first. So let's accept this for now, but it's meant to be, let's say the value that we have inside total, that is going to be equals tax, and we add whatever we have in subtotal to it. So that will give us total. Okay. And now we now need to display that. So what we'll be displaying here is going to be total, not the tax. Grab all of that, dump it here. And just enter a C here. Else, I want a message box. Else, the statement block. I want a message box. Let's go in and just copy that message box here. Grab with follow this to display the following. So right here, paste. And then here I can just change that to enter a valid number. Yeah, VBS, no. And this one we can just make it information instead of a question. But information. And that is all there is to it, I believe. So have a good look at it properly. The variable declared, exits, and resets. The function created. See, the function is now used. And finally, the tax calculation. So let me run it and see how that's going to work. All right, let's give that a shot and see. Let's say we need about 8 of those, and here, there we go. Look at that. So if you say 28 plus 7, that is correct. So let's reset. There. So guys, with that, I'm calling the end of this brilliant tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel And you can also join to become a member of the channel. All have a nice day now. And bye for now.